The world has never been louder than it is today. We are constantly besieged by notifications, negative news, and the relentless pressure to succeed instantly. Do you feel exhausted by the noise? This overwhelming sense of fatigue comes because you are missing what the ancient Stoics called an inner citadel of peace. Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher king, did not look for peace on a distant island. He found it within himself, even in the middle of bloody battlefields. He understood that stillness is not the absence of noise, but the presence of focus. Today, you will learn to turn silence into your sharpest weapon. In this video, we explore 5 Stoic laws to master your destiny. These principles will help you navigate a volatile world with an unshakable and calm mind. Are you ready to stop being a victim of your environment? Let us journey back to the wisdom of the past to secure your future in silence. The noise of the world is a distraction designed to keep you small. To grow, you must learn the art of withdrawal into your own quiet soul. We have traded our attention for cheap entertainment and our peace for digital approval. It is time to reclaim your sovereignty and find your inner strength again. True power lies in the ability to remain unaffected by the chaos surrounding you. This is the essence of Stoicism and the path to a meaningful life. Before we begin, ask yourself if you are truly in control of your thoughts, or are you just reacting to everything that happens to you daily? Let us dive into the first law of the Stoics. This is the foundation of the inner citadel that will protect you from the modern world's storms. Law number 1. Build your inner citadel. This is the dichotomy of control. You must strictly distinguish between what you can and cannot change in life. Stoicism is not about passive endurance. It is about active choice. You cannot control the weather, the economy, or the opinions of people who judge you. The only thing you truly own is your reaction. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you finally find the freedom that you have searched for. Stop wasting your precious energy on the storms outside. Silence begins when you close the gates of your fortress and focus on what is within reach. Draw a line between your internal will and external events. This clarity is the source of all peace. Within this circle, you are the absolute king. When someone insults you, remember that their words are external. Your decision to feel hurt is internal. Choose not to be harmed, and you aren't. The world will try to pull you into its madness every single day. Your task is to remain in the center, untouched by the surrounding chaos. Every time you refuse to react emotionally to a trivial event, you add a stone to your wall. You are building a fortress that nothing can shake. This is the practice of silence. It is not about hiding from the world, but about being present while maintaining a deep internal distance from noise. Your mind should be like this flame. No matter how much wind blows outside, your internal light must remain steady, focused, and completely under your control. As we master the first law, we prepare for the second. To keep the fortress strong, we must learn to filter everything that tries to enter. Law number 2. Silence is the ultimate filter. In an age of information overload, the most important skill is knowing what to ignore and discard. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that most of what we say and do is unnecessary. If you eliminate the non-essential, you will have more time for peace. Selective discipline means saying no to mediocrity and triviality. You do not need to be part of every debate or know every single breaking news. Silence allows you to see the truth. When you stop the chatter, you begin to hear the things that actually matter for your growth and purpose. Every yes to something trivial is a no to something important. Guard your attention as if it were your most valuable and sacred physical possession. Practice the discipline of silence by choosing not to speak when your words add no value. Sometimes the most powerful response is to say absolutely nothing. In the emptiness of silence, you find the space to breathe. This filter removes the junk of the world and leaves only the essence of life. Wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about knowing the right things. Silence helps you distill the many into the few, the chaos into order. Observe the world without the need to judge it immediately. This selective discipline protects your inner calm from being hijacked by the opinions of the masses. Every small act of filtering makes your mind sharper. You become a master of your environment rather than a slave to its endless and noisy demands. Now that we have filtered the noise, we must face the reality of change. The third law teaches us how to love the very things we fear. Law number 3. Amor fati. Love your fate. Silence does not mean life will be easy. It means you are ready for whatever life brings. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason. Instead of fighting against destiny, learn to embrace it with a quiet and courageous heart today. Do not wish for challenges to disappear. Wish for the silence to see the opportunity hidden within the hardship. Turn every obstacle into fuel for fire. Amor fati is the ultimate test of your inner fortress. Can you stay silent and steady when your plans fail? Can you love the struggle itself? Fate is not a burden. It is a workshop. The pressure of your life is what creates the diamond of your character. Embrace the process completely. A sailor doesn't control the wind, but he controls the sails. In silence, you adjust your soul to catch the winds of fate, no matter direction. Stop complaining about things you cannot change. This only creates internal noise and weakens your resolve. Acceptance is the first step toward true mastery. Whatever happens, say, "This is what I needed." This is the power of a silent mind. It accepts reality without bitterness and finds a way. When you love your fate, you become invincible. No event can destroy you because you use everything as material for your own personal growth and wisdom. Be like the water. It doesn't argue with the rocks. It simply flows. This fluid silence is the mark of a person who has mastered themselves. To truly love fate, we must understand the most certain fate of all. The fourth law brings us face to face with our own limited time. Law number 4. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This is not a dark thought, but a key to absolute and total internal freedom. When you realize your time is finite, the silence becomes precious. You no longer have time for fear, petty arguments, or worrying about others' opinions. Death is a teacher that shows us how to live. It strips away the non-essential and leaves us with the stark beauty of the present moment. Are you living the life you want, or are you waiting for a someday that may never arrive? Memento mori demands that you act right now. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Let this realization bring a profound stillness and focus to your daily actions today. The great kings and the beggars all end up in the same earth. Why do you worry so much about your status or your minor failures? Silence in the face of death is not despair. It is clarity. It is the realization that this very moment is all we ever truly possess. Live as if you were living for the second time, and as if you had acted as wrongly the first time as you are now. This perspective kills the ego and feeds the soul. In the silence of memento mori, you find the courage to be your most authentic self. You are a tiny part of a vast universe. Let that humble you and bring you peace. Nothing is as serious as your anxiety makes it. Having accepted our mortality, we move to the final law. How do we take this silence and turn it into powerful, decisive action in life? Law number 5. Action in silence. Stillness is not passivity. It is the ultimate preparation for a focused and explosive burst of meaningful human action. A silent mind is a sharp mind. When the world screams and reacts emotionally, you observe. When the world is distracted, you are working and building. Your work should speak for itself. You don't need to announce your plans or brag about your progress. Let your results be the loudest sound. Start with small acts of silence. 10 minutes without your phone every morning. A meal eaten in complete quiet. A breath before you answer, anger. Consistency is the language of the silent. You do not need motivation. You need the discipline that comes from a quiet and determined heart and mind. The most effective people are those who can sit in a room alone and think. This is where strategy is born and where greatness is nurtured. Every choice you make in silence is a choice made with wisdom. You are no longer reacting to the noise. You are creating your own path. Do not let the world define your pace. Your silence allows you to move at the speed of truth rather than the speed of social media. When you are challenged, your silence is your shield. It gives you the time to respond with logic instead of reacting with primitive and destructive emotion. This is the final law. Action born from silence is unstoppable. It is the signature of a soul that has finally learned to master its destiny. We have covered the 5 laws of the Stoic path. But knowing them is not enough. You must choose to live them every single day. Destiny is not what happens to you, but how you choose to face it. Silence is your power, your sovereignty, and your most private inner home. The world will continue to be loud. It will continue to be chaotic and unpredictable. But you? You have built your own inner and quiet citadel. Pick one law today and practice it. Don't wait for the world to become peaceful before you find your own internal and lasting sense of stillness. Find the silence first, and your world will follow. You are the architect of your own peace and the master of your own soul's journey. Remember that your attention is your life. Where you place it, your energy flows. Choose to place it on the things that truly matter most. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single silent step. Walk with the wisdom of the Stoics and the strength of a king. Are you ready to claim your destiny? The choice between distraction and silence is yours to make right now. Choose wisely and choose today. Thank you for watching. May your mind be still, your heart be brave, and your actions be the reflection of your own inner and powerful peace. Master your silence. Master your destiny. The fortress is yours. Now go forth and live with the quiet power of a true philosopher king.